Hello 9th standard student. Today we are going to solve the practice set 5.2. I will read the question number 1. In the figure, ABCD is a parallelogram. P and Q are the midpoints of the side AB and DC respectively. Then prove that APCQ is a parallelogram. So here you start the proof of it. Segment, what is given here? Segment AB is a parallel to the DC. Segment AB is a parallel to the segment DC. That is the given. Then the reason is what? Opposite side. Opposite side of a parallelogram are parallel. Then these opposite sides are also equal in length. Therefore, we are taking the half of both sides. So, half of AB is equal to half of CD. So, we will get the half of AB, half of CD as per given diagram. Half of CD this is our diagram. So half of CD is equal to the AP. Half of CD is equal to what? AP. And half of CD is equal to CQ. So by using this both, we will get the AP is equal to CQ. AP is equal to CQ. Therefore, in a given parallelogram APCQ, the new parallelogram APCQ, the segment AP is a parallel to the segment CQ, and segment PC, or we can say that the segment AP is also congruent with the segment CQ. Therefore, we can say that the new parallelogram APCQ, the quadrilateral is a parallelogram according to definition of the parallelogram. So, opposite sides are parallel as well as they are congruent. So, we prove this. Then we solve the question number 2. We solve question number 2. I will read here. I draw the diagram. The question number 2 here. So, there is a diagram is given. It is A, B, C and D. It is a rectangle. Then, using the opposite angles for the parallelogram, test of a parallelogram, prove that every rectangle is a parallelogram. So, in a proof we are writing here what is the given. It is a ABCD is a rectangle. ABCD is a rectangle. And what do we want to prove? What we want to prove? That ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. So we can prove it. Our proof started. First, what will be given? ABCD is a rectangle. ABCD is a rectangle. Then angle A as well as angle B, angle C and angle D is equal to 90 degrees, because that is and reason is angle of a rectangle. And what is the reason? Angle of a rectangle are of 90 degrees. Therefore, we can say that angle A and angle C is the opposite angle, and angle B and angle D, because each of a 90 degrees. Therefore, the given quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Therefore, we can say that each angle, if its opposite sides are and opposite angles are equal or the congruent. So we can say that the ABCD is a parallelogram. The given rectangle is a parallelogram. So we proved it. Then we are solving the question number 3. Question number 3 of the same exercise. I will read the question. In the figure, G is the point of the concurrence of the medians of a triangle DF. Take the point H on the ray DS such that GH is equal to DG is equal to GS. Then prove that the GEHF is a parallelogram. Firstly, I will draw the diagram. So this is our diagram. So we can start the proof of it. What will be given? We are writing there. Then let the median of the D is intersect. This median from the D intersect at the EF at M. Median from D intersect at on or EF at M. Then G is called a centroid. G is the centroid of it. Then that is the given. So by using the property of the centroid, it intersects the given DG and GM in the proportion 2:1. Then we by cross multiplying we will get the DG is equal to twice DG is equal to twice GM. We can say that this is the equation number 1. Then we DG is equal to GH. DG is equal to GH according to a construction. Then DG is equal to twice M. By using the equation, we are putting DG here as a twice GM, and GH is the sum of the GM plus MH. Then we are putting the value. So by transferring this GM on one side, we will get GM is equal to MH. We will get the GM is equal to MH. We can say that this is the equation number 2. Then in GEHF in quadrilateral DGHF, segment GM is a congruent with segment MH by equation number 2. By the equation number 2. So the GM also the segment EM is also congruent with the segment EMF, because M is the midpoint. Reason is what? M is the midpoint. So in this quadrilateral, we will get the two sides are congruent. Therefore, according to definition, the given GEHF is a parallelogram. The given quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So we solve the question number 3. Then we are solving here the question 5.2 of the 9th standard, lesson number 5. Then the question number 4. I am reading the question number 4. Question number 4. Prove Prove that the quadrilateral formed by the intersection of the angle bisector of all angles parallelogram is a rectangle. So firstly here we observe the diagram. We observe the diagram here. Here we are drawing. We are drawing here. So we will get here this type of a diagram here. So we start the proof that given is the ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. Then angle ABC plus angle BCD is equal to 180 degree because they are adjacent angle are supplementary. Then multiplying to each side by 1/2. By multiplying both sides by half. Therefore, we will get half of angle ADC, half of angle BCD is equal to half of the 180 degree. That is a 90 degree. Then half of ABC is a bisector of the given angle, so it is equal to the PDC, and half of BCD is also equal to the angle PCD, because they are bisector, it is equal to a 90 degree. So in a triangle, here we are taking the triangle ABC, another triangle. So in triangle PDC, the sum of all angles PDC plus PCD plus DPC is equal to 180 degree. The reason is sum of all angles of a triangle. Then we can say that we are equating these two equations, that the measure from 4 we can say that the PDC and PCD is equal to a 90 degree. So it is a DPC is equal to 180 degree by putting that value from the equation 1. Then angle DPC is equal to 180 minus 90, that is the 90 degree. So we find out the angle DPC is equal to 90 degree. Similarly, we are showing that the CPQ is also of a 90 degree. Similarly, the SRQ is also a 90 degree. Then angle PSR is equal to the angle ASD. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles are the congruent. So by using that, we will get the another angle PSR is also 90 degree. So all these angles are of a 90 degree. All these angles of a PQ, RS is SPQ, then SRQ, then PSR and PQR. All angles are equal to a 90 degree. And according to definition, we can say that the PQRS is a rectangle, because in a rectangle all angles are of a 90 degree. So we proved it. So we solved the question number 4. Then we are solving the question number 5 from the same exercise. So I will draw the diagram here. Then I will read the question. In the figure, PQRS are the sides of a parallelogram, and the PS AP is equal to BQ is equal to CR is equal to ds, then prove that the given PQRS is a parallelogram. So we start to prove it. So what will be given? AP is equal to CR. AP is equal to CR, that is the given. So we can say that in a ABCD parallelogram, there AB is equal to the CD because they are opposite sides. Then this AB is a summation of the AP plus PB, and this CD is a summation of the CR and RD. So by subtracting it, we will get PB is equal to RD because AB is equal to the CD. Then we can say that the angle ABC is congruent with the angle ADC. So we can say that in a triangle PBQ and in triangle RDS, segment PB is congruent with segment RD. Then angle PBQ is congruent with angle RDS. Therefore, segment BQ is congruent with segment SD. Therefore, in a triangle PBQ, means these two triangles are congruent by side angle side test. So we show here that two triangles are congruent by the side angle side test. Then by using their similarity, their congruency, we can say that also we can show that the triangle PAS is congruent with the triangle RCQ by the same side angle side test. Then we can say that the segment PS is congruent with segment RQ. Then in PQRS, quadrilateral PQRS, from above we can say that the segment PQ is congruent with the segment RS, as well as the segment PS is congruent with segment RQ. So the opposite sides are congruent. Therefore, our PQRS quadrilateral is a parallelogram. That we proved. Then we are solving the question number 6. Question number 6. Now draw here the diagram of that question. Here there is no question number 6. We covered all that 5.2. Thank you.